So the only way to start is to just start. So hi, hello, and welcome back to the Spiteful Positivity podcast with me, Andrea. And this is episode 3. And this is going to be a vulnerability video from my side. So instead of you feeling like you're being schooled, which I've noticed has how I've been coming across in content or in relationships around me, I'm going to tell you guys that I've come to Jesus moment, or a massive realization that I've been doing things completely wrong. I admit that, got to admit that to myself without trying to beat myself up. And that is difficult when you feel like you need to be a perfectionist. So I've been doing all of this wrong. I've been showing up not in the way that I've wanted to. I had a feeling, I was sort of inspired or told from whatever powers that be to create this podcast. And even if no one's watching it, because thank goodness only one person has liked or watched episode 2. And to be honest, I'm really thankful, because looking back, I cringe. I cringe seeing how I came across. I had a good message, but the delivery of it has been horrible. The whole reason for this podcast is for me to sort of show you, as authentic Andrea, that growing is still like, it's messy. I am still growing. I'm still healing. You know, I'm not doing this podcast because I'm like, oh, I've reached the pinnacle and I know everything now, so I need to teach other people. That is literally not the point. I'm doing this to, because of the way I see the world, it can be, and I like to connect the dots from, I've got this gift where I can see what's out of alignment with other people. And I get so excited and passionate about trying to help others, because I can see where they're hurting. I can see, oh, if you just fix this, then fix. You see, I hate that. If you just fixed this issue, you'd be happier now. But the way that I've been delivering that message has been completely wrong. And if you've ever felt that way from watching my podcast or from watching my content, even in real life, in person, I am truly sorry. I really am, because I got so, it came with the right intentions. It's so, I don't want to bark orders at people anymore. I don't want this podcast, again, episode 2, I was more barking orders, and I've noticed this is how I come off. And it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to know that this is how I've been in the world. But I'm going to keep that episode there for now. I'm going to keep it there just to show you that growth is messy, and I'm still changing as well. And it's okay to make mistakes. Like, that version of me needed to be there. That version that was barking orders and being so loud and aggressive was because I had recently just found my voice up until a few months ago. So there's me all my life not feeling comfortable or not knowing my voice, not sharing my voice. And now I can see these things that are misaligned in people, which make them unhappy. And they're going, oh, you know, if only I could just fix X, Y, Z, my life would be amazing. And I'm going, hey, I've got the answers for you. And I get too emotional and excited. And then it comes across as forceful. Yeah, because my content, what I'm doing online, was with the intention of creating community, because I felt alone growing up or going through my healing, and I would like it a place for you to feel safe. And I wasn't upholding that. I was like, hey, come do the healing, but it's going to be like a boot camp. Not everyone is about that. And in all honesty, I can actually see where that stems from. My mom, I love her, bless her, hi mom. She would tell me life lessons that she had wished she had learned. But I was too young. I understood it in theory. For example, if someone has an issue with you, like they're mean to you, it's actually because they have a problem within themselves. It's actually got nothing to do with me as a person. But I understood that in theory. I'm like, oh, that makes sense, you know. But I had to grow up 10, 15 years later and then be like, oh, now that I've experienced what those lessons were, now I know it as wisdom. And now I'm like, oh, this is what she meant. So in the same sense, I have been repeating that pattern onto other people. I was doing my best to help other people and be, hey, learn this lesson now, but not everyone is ready for it. And this goes to, everyone's on their own journey. And with that, this is how all of this started. So let me take you back to last week, Thursday. I said, this is going to be, you're really going to meet authentic Andrea. This is how I want to be. I don't want it to be a university lesson. This is just going to be me talking, sharing, and whatever you learn along the way, great. If you don't learn anything, I'm glad that I could sit here while you are, I don't know, cleaning or doing dishes or something. That's my intention. My intention is for just something to be in the background. This is why I don't have the best setup. I've been trying to be perfect to come up online and, have the right intro, have the right this, have the right that. I've got no clue what I'm doing because this idea of starting a podcast wasn't because I have completed healing. It was just a message that was on my heart. And I was like, just start. It's going to be gross. It's going to be awkward, cringy. I'm trying to get the right lighting. This is the wrong aspect, ratio, whatever. And I'm like, what am I doing? I still sit here and I'm going, why am I doing this? No one's listening. But what I say, just to show a different perspective, it does help people. I know that much. And that is my passion, is to help people. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to move. I'm going to grow. I'm going to go through the growing pains, and you can watch just so that you can see you can do it as well. That's really the heart of authentic Andrea and why I do this. It's really, I feel so bad. I really do feel so guilty for trying to force healing upon other people if they weren't ready for it, and to feel like you were judged and criticized. So, and this comes back to judging and criticizing myself. So I was projecting and not just accepting me as the messy, having issues physically, internally. It was all just projection. So I'm going, shit, I was the culprit. I was responsible for all of this. So where this started, I'm going to try and condense this into a short amount of time as possible. I started last week, Thursday. I'd really felt grossed out by my own body. And this is something that's not new. I'm just going to be straight up honest. I've always had a belly. I've always had this belly fat here. Like even when I'd finished my last show or like on show day, this one here, I got down to about, I think it was 11 or 10% body fat. And like I still had the stomach. So I'm going, this is not just genetics. Like I keep using that analogy, but I have started this thing where I will use Gemini, ChatGPT to ask to get the answers of things, but I like seeing the spiritual meaning of everything. This is how I view my life, and it gives me meaning to what's going on, and it makes sense to me. Now the thing is, I take insights from this is what helps me connect the dots with everyone and everything, is because I see from a spiritual standpoint. I go from a psychological standpoint. I do where did this play out in someone's childhood? Like, where does the root cause of where this comes from? And then also with my walk with God, my personal walk with God, not Christianity. I've got beef there. So this is how I view it. So anyway, so I go, Gemini, I've had this chronically belly fat for most of my life. Can you please tell me what the spiritual meaning is with that? Earlier in the week, I was getting intuitive hits of forgiveness and allowing people to be on their journey. But I didn't know, I was like, okay, I got the answer, but I'm like, what's the question? So it came down to this. So having this belly is because I'm pretty mean to myself internally. And I haven't accepted myself fully for who I am. I haven't accepted the fact that I'm imperfect. And creating boundaries with other people, this leads to how I've been trying to help people. I've taken on healing other people as my responsibility. This is a belief. I'm not saying I think this, it's a subconscious belief. So in my mind, it was like, if I can help other people, I will feel helpful, and if I'm helpful, I will feel loved and worthy. Horrible. But I'm just showing you how these things connect. And again, this is my story. So if you pick up something, great. If you want help with this as well, I do have 4 and 8 week packages. I do the same for my clients as well. But this is where it comes from. So yeah, having this belly, and then I went into a few other chronic physical issues that I have. And basically it came down to, like, I need to forgive myself. I need to forgive my past. I need to forgive, the good and the bad choices that I've made, the versions of me. And with that, I then realized I needed to ask forgiveness from other people. It wasn't just like, oh, let me just forgive myself and that's it. And I'm going, where have I been the bad person in other people's stories? Because we love thinking, as humans, we like to think, oh, someone else did that to me. But how often, just how often, for me, someone who's like, oh, I love healing and everything, have I gone, shit, I was the bad person in someone else's story, even though I had the right intentions? It just makes you see things differently, and you're like, asking for forgiveness for what you've done to other people also has to make you acknowledge parts of you that you didn't want to see, or the parts of you that you were hiding. So, like, I don't want to acknowledge that I did something to hurt someone else. So we like suppress that, we hide that away. But by doing this, because I decided at the start of that conversation to accept myself fully as I am, physically, and then it went internally, or like in the brain space, and I was going, oh, these are parts of me that I haven't forgiven, or that I didn't even want to acknowledge existed. So this has been a whole deep dive in the last 6 days. And you know what? Just because I don't have a 9-to-5 job, this has given me the space to dig deep and to become the authentic Andrea that is meant to. I know it's my purpose, and I'm fighting back my own beliefs of, I'm not good enough, this isn't good, this video makes no sense, it's not the right quality, lighting, whatever. Like, there's so many things that's going, it's just not right. But that's where the lesson comes in. I need to know, okay, but internally, from me, the only person that needs to like it is me. There's a lot that's been on my mind, and I just want to share with you the thought process of everything. And like I said, this is how I help clients. This is how I help people. It's all about bringing things to the light, because how can you accept other people? How can you love other people if you don't accept parts and see the darker side of you? There's a lady called Carrie Kay that I watch on YouTube, and she said it quite nicely. There is the light, the dark, and then the truth. And that is who we are. There's great things about us that we love, and we love sharing with other people. There's parts of us that we hide. And being authentic is to know that you have those parts. I mean, don't just be a butthole like for no reason, because you're like, oh, that's just a part of me. No. But there are parts of you that you shame and that you don't want to acknowledge that are there. And that's what being authentic is. Authentic is all of it, all of the above. So what does this mean for you? Thank you for asking. So now we can get back to talking about you. So what I'm going to be doing in the podcast going forward is just sharing with you revelations that I've had. This is what it was meant to be in the first place. It's just like, hey, I noticed this, this, and this. And do you know why? Like I said earlier, I see things from a spiritual standpoint, psychological standpoint. What I absolutely love, when there's planetary alignments, people act a certain way, whether they're a Christian, whether they don't believe in these things. And I love seeing it. I don't say anything, but I just go, So the person who doesn't believe in a Mercury retrograde is now suddenly having communication issues. Their car's breaking down. Their emails won't send. And it's like, I love I love seeing when that happens, because I'm like, you don't even have to believe in this. And it's not just happened once. This has happened since 2020, since I've started seeing life this way and tapping into my spiritual side and my intuition. It's so cool. Like, so what I'm trying to say is that no matter what you believe in, I can see that it's affecting everyone on different ways and levels. So what is going on collectively? Now, this is my realization. So yes, I've gone through a complete overhaul. And what this has taught me, and what I'm seeing in other people, and a client call that I had recently, 2 client calls I've had recently, was what's happening right now in the collective, what might be happening with you, let me know down below if this resonates, is that we are being asked to question if our actions and our beliefs align. So in one of the client calls that I've had, she was saying how she's now noticed out of all these years that people are actually taking advantage of her kindness and her generosity. And she said, this is a Christian thing, give with a joyous heart. And I'm going, yeah, but you shouldn't give to people who are expecting it from you. Now her kindness is being abused. So all this time she was giving a lot, money, her time, her efforts. And all this time people were like, yeah, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. And she was going, oh no, I have it, so I need to give it. That's what the Lord says, right? And now, out of no prompting from anything else really, she's going, hang on. I don't think these people love me. They just love what I do for them. So it's still good to have a kind heart, but you have to do it, I want to say, for the right reasons. A lot of people are starting to realize that their life isn't the way that they wanted. Like, everything is now annoying them. Everything is falling apart. A lot of people are breaking up. Or you just feel uncomfortable in your world because you're realizing the way in which you created the world, like you had all the intention of like, hey, this is how I'm going to live my life. And now you're going, I don't want to have this brick. I don't want to have this brick in my wall. I don't want to have this brick in my castle. And everything is crumbling down because you're going, I don't want to like this. I don't want to hurt people thinking, oh, I'm telling them the truth and they're just too uncomfortable and they don't want to hear it. And I'm going, I've been doing this wrong. How can I do this better? This is what I've realized today when I was at the gym, is that after going through this whole week of all these realizations and blah, 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 is that our bodies physically show us what our beliefs are going on up here. So the fact that I was mean to myself, the fact that I didn't forgive myself, the fact that I felt responsible for other people's healing. And if they didn't accept my help, or if they didn't go the way I wanted them to, which is heavy in my masculine, which is why my feminine is pretty low as well. But yeah, that was like I would feel the weight of the world and going, oh my gosh, I failed them, or oh my gosh, why can't they just listen? And the more that I'm trying to push truth, light, whatever, the more it's retracting. The more people are like, I don't want, this is too much. So I'm going, oh, why do people just want to leave me alone? This is why. So yeah, it's a horrible truth to come to realize. But with this, like, so the stomach was trying to create boundaries between me and other people because I didn't have clearer boundaries with my own energy. I was like, give my help, give my time, give my energy. And then I go, oh, people always just use and abuse me. It's like, well, yeah, because I've been wanting to be in the person's shoes with them. Does that make sense? Even now that I've started forgiving my body and being nicer and kinder, speaking to her a lot more gentle, I have noticed like the veins coming back in my hand, or like little bones sticking out, which wasn't like that a few days ago. I was very bloated. I was very and I'm in a bulk right now, guys. I eat a lot. I eat a lot of carbs. So my body is just like, cool, give. And I'm losing weight, eating more. What I'm trying to tell you is that you don't suck. Your body isn't, you're not trapped by your body. You're not trapped by, or, you're not a victim to your circumstances. You're not a victim to your biology. Is that you're creating beliefs which then play out because your mind and the universe, God, whatever, they go, oh, is that how you feel? Well, then here, let me show you. what I also really noticed, which was quite cool, is if you really observe your relationships that you have with people outside of you, your boss, your kids, your parents, anyone who you come into contact on a daily basis, they are quite literally playing out and showing to you beliefs that you hold about yourself. So, for example, I felt abandoned by parental figures growing up. So, I'm going to continually manifest and attract people who were emotionally abandoning me, because that was the belief that was playing over and over in my head. So so every person or every situation in which you're going, oh, I'm the victim, I'm doing this, is because you're telling the universe, this is all I'm worth. You're telling the universe, I'm abandoned, I'm this, I'm not worthy of love, I don't have value, I don't have this. The universe is going to go, okay, cool, here you go. Like this is what you said. You weren't valuable. You were worthy of being abandoned. Oh, here we go. Let's enjoy. So, and once you start seeing it like that, once you start seeing how they're playing out, you can then take action. So first acknowledge it, which can sometimes be the most difficult part, and then realizing that it's your responsibility to take action and to do something. Now, like I said, the planetary alignments, they're going, oh, okay, you want a happy, divine counterpart relationship? Show me. Don't just talk about it, take action and move that way. That's why, like, everything that brought me happiness, everything that made sense is falling away. It's crumbling away, because now I'm realizing that what I had built was built on false promises or something that was not really fully serving me. So, oh, my body, like I'm trapped by my body and this. It's like, no, you created that belief. So your body has now played that out. Now that I have decided to move differently, my beliefs are different, which means that I'm going to act differently in the world. And it's going to take time to see the difference. So I'm going to show up, and basically I just want to document the process and the journey that this is and has been. I'm talking from the future past tense. That makes sense. Yeah, so I hope that you have taken something from all of these lessons. If you want help, like I said, I have now, the way of my journey has come from first being a life coach to then it was a health and wellness coach, and now I am a transformational wellness coach, is because I love helping people transform from the inside out. So what that is, we look at your inner beliefs and I say, okay, well, where does that belief come from? Or why do you still think that you're not worthy of love? Why do you still think that you don't deserve to make a million monies doing what you love? And we start working on those beliefs, get the root cause of it, and take actions to unwire and untangle the mess in your brain, because it's all just choices, guys. Like, it's all just, your limitations are just words. They're just beliefs that you keep telling yourself, and your brain goes, oh, okay, that's the limit. This is the limit. This is what you keep telling yourself. That's your limit. But if you just choose and you move differently, there is no limit. This has been a very messy one. I'm tempted to not post this, but I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to go with it being messy. This has been more real. It's been authentic. This is what half an hour or 20 minutes looks like if you want to talk to me. Just let me go off. I swear that there is a message in there somewhere. I do not want to try showing up perfectly. I don't want to not be and not align with what I keep telling everyone else to be doing. So this is going to not be perfectly curated, or I have a script or whatever. I'm just going to flow. And the more episodes I do, the less mumble jumbles, maybe. I don't know. I can't even promise that. But I just have a lot that I want to share. And what this is also, just listening to me talking about me and my realizations, we just don't want to feel alone. I'm going to say this like every episode, but you know, because there's so many things that I listen to, inspirational videos that I listen to, and I'm going, huh, okay, well, that's what I'm feeling. And someone has put that feeling into words for me to listen and to understand. And my brain goes, that's what that feels like. So if I can do that for other people and to show them this is the journey, it's not a one and done thing. There's always more to look at and to heal and to grow and just to have love and compassion for yourself while you go through these changes, or becoming versions of yourself when you look back and you go, oh my gosh, what were those bangs? That kind of thing. So, guys, thank you for making it to the end of episode 3. Don't go watch episode 2. Please. So cringe. Yeah, I'm just gonna my my perfectionist side of me is going, this was gross, redo everything all over again. But you know what? I'm going to just leave it. Like I said, I'm just going to leave it as this. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've made it this far in the video, type alignment in the comments below, just so that I know, and if it resonated with you. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And just thank you for being a part of this journey with me. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out together as you come along with me on this journey. And I still want you to know that authenticity isn't just a vibe. It's not an aesthetic. It is your power. And I will catch you guys in the next one.